Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video from the channel by the name of LeaIsChill. Today we are returning to Tower of God because I have went ahead and maxed out Gustang, but in the process of doing so, and in the process of going through the current battle pass for the Ancients, I have been pretty much working on this every single day because I think I'm pretty much on track for finishing the battle pass for the Ancient this time around. I don't know if you could always finish it off, but it seems to go, I thought it went to 200, but it goes to 120 apparently. So I am at 119 after just doing my Tower of Trial keys and kind of logging in every day. Obviously I didn't buy the premium pass because it's going to be a total of like 50 bucks and it's just not really something I would do. But even so, off of just doing the multis that I've done so far, I have done, if we look at the pity here, I'm back at 132 out of 200. So that means I have done 13 multis since our last video. And in doing so, I got 2 more copies of Traumerei, which means I now have 2 Ancients at 6-star. My Gustang is officially at 6-star, and I've been working on him very slowly. He's only at +6, but I just need to get more dupes of characters to be able to get him even further. But since then, he's been a lot stronger. And my Traumerei, actually, now that I have this ignition weapon and I have him at 6 stars, he's been absolutely incredible. I unfortunately haven't been able to get the books ready yet to be able to upgrade any of his skills. And so he's currently just rocking at skill level 1 for everything, while Gustang is obviously at skill level 20 for everything. And Traumerei honestly has changed a lot of my accounts. Not because I use him in my daily, but because over here inside Administration Trial, I kind of wish I could show you guys, but for High Breeder, there used to be, so there's a mechanic on it where if you do dot abilities on him, he will reduce his defense. And so before I would be hitting for like 100 million or so. As you can see, after getting Traumerei up to an official 6-star, I had him run on the same team as Gustang, and it upped my damage from 100 million to 1 billion. And so that is a massive change. And we're going to go ahead and test out these characters the same way on this battle right here, and we'll see if we can get a good showcase going. We are going to be running the first Thorn Bomb and Enryu, because those are kind of my main 2 I would end up running. I'm going to replace the Freedom Dreamer crit damage with my other one in Hockney, which is all teammates damage to the boss, because that'll actually affect both Traumerei and Gustang. And we're going to go ahead and showcase this today and have some fun with it. So I think that having an Ancient at 6-star pretty much guarantees that you're going to be in the higher tiers of DPS, especially I think that Jihad is still the best Ancient, but I only have him at 0 stars and Ignition Weapon. But they all fill different roles. Gustang is pure magic damage. Jihad, I believe, is pure physical damage. I have to check one more time. Traumerei is damage over time. White seems to be physical damage and high DPS and healing. And Urek Mazzino is a tank and kind of helps out the team. It just depends on kind of what you need for your account. And right now, I definitely think that what I'm missing is one really good physical DPS. So obviously, we're still going to be seeing the Ignition Weapon attacks of Traumerei here, and it's absolutely sick. But I definitely think that Traumerei is one of my favorite characters that I've seen inside this game so far. I still call him Trauma Man at times, because I kind of find it funny. But I have had a lot more fun playing this game since he dropped. And I imagine once I finish the Ancient Pass, I'm probably going to take like a little break from grinding, because I'm not really getting a lot of increases in my daily. I'm not really upgrading a lot of things. So I might just hop on, do Tower of Trial, and just let it sit in the background for a long time so I can get the Ancient skill books and be able to upgrade my entire team. So we'll see as it goes. Regardless, it's been a good-ass time. And I've seen some people actually starting out Tower of God for themselves as of me making these videos, so I'm glad I can kind of sell people on the concept here, and I've had a lot of fun kind of discussing what this game's all about. Looks like the damage isn't going to be much more than the damage I had originally on this boss, with Daniel instead of Traumerei, but I think it's because he's mostly immune to damage over time. If I look here, I'm not seeing the damage over time things pop up. Unable to apply buff, I think means that you can't give him damage over time debuffs, unfortunately. So he's not really made for this one. I just want to kind of see the animations today because it's the only one that's available. But definitely against Highbreeder, one of the hardest bosses that are inside the game, the damage over time that Traumerei offers completely changes how you interact with the boss fight. And so you're watching the same thing you would see here, but it is completely different in terms of the DPS you're doing between them. Also, I officially caught up with Tower of God, so I hadn't read the last 2 chapters since the awakening of a certain person, and these last couple of chapters have been so goddamn hype. If you have been reading, you'll understand what I'm gonna be saying. Vom is probably the craziest reveal that the series has ever had, and it is absurd that we're this far into the story and we're still getting like major plot drops. The best way I could put it is he got Konicki'd in some kind of way, and that's all I need to say. But I'm very excited to see where the story's going to go from here, and I think that throughout season 3 they've kind of built up Bomb as a character that has majorly been on the back foot in a lot of situations. I'm excited to see him be more autonomous, have more of his own autonomy and kind of make his own decisions. Because one of the things I liked best, we're just going to go ahead and run a couple of Tower of Trials here in the background while I talk, I guess, because I don't really have a lot of stuff to grind. I guess let's go fight the raid bosses for the family right now. Because inside King's Order, you have to fight the guild boss pretty much every day. Let's just see if we can toss a team against it. Here, I actually am going to put Gia here instead of Irek Mazzino, and that should be better in terms of DPS. I don't think I need Boro, so instead of Boro, let's put Quants because he has better crit damage and I do a lot of crits. But yeah, so current Tower of God, Season 3 has really been a slow burn since the beginning of the K9 arc, but every single chapter, the stakes have been getting higher and everything has been getting more interesting. And it really feels like we're going back to the old Hell Train where everything's just slowly ramping up, but I don't know how high the ramp goes. And inside Hell Train, Bomb very much had his own autonomy, he had his own goals, he was trying to protect everyone around him, and it felt like he was slowly becoming a leader. And then the actual leaders inside the story showed up after the hidden floor. And with that, he lost a lot more of his autonomy because everyone wanted him to be something. Everyone wanted him to be like an actual character and wanted him, or no, not an actual character. Everyone wanted him to be their character, their actor inside their plays. And he's kind of been stuck in that role since, I want to say early season 3, even like late season 2. So I think that after this big moment in this chapter, he's really going to have to reclaim himself, and I'm so excited to see what that's going to look like inside the future of the series. Tower of God is kind of one of those things where I hope the anime gets to like the craziest Sakuga moments later on inside Hidden Floor and stuff like that, because those are kind of my most hype moments. And one of the things that sold me on Tower of God originally, I played Hiro Kantare, and my wallpaper right now is actually the bomb from Hiro Kantare. So he has like the 2 horns, he has the big black wings, and the thorn in his chest. And it was kind of this combination of a bunch of different power-ups that made me curious how he gets there. And that's what kind of made me read Tower of God when I was doing my volunteering back in, would have been 2020, 2021. I just blitzed through the entire story because it was so fun to read. The anime definitely has been a lot slower in a lot of ways. It feels like the anime is more so made as promotional material for the manhwa and to get you hooked on the story to be able to go and be curious about more. So I can't blame it for that, but it's definitely something that you have to acknowledge when you read stuff like this. Regardless, Tower of God is probably in my top 3 now. Might be top 5. I'd have to make like an actual list, because obviously like I think it would be Vagabond, Berserk, Tokyo Ghoul. That would probably be my top 3 right now. So it might be more like top 5. And it might be in 4 or 5. I'd have to actually look at my actual list. But it really depends on how things resonate with you and what you enjoy about these series. I'm going to be seeing some cool animations from Jihad and Traumerei here as well. This will be fun. Only the ancient characters as well have like the actual full animated cutscene where they do either the black hole smash or summon the creatures. Rekmazino has one big punch he does. Gustang just kind of summons a book. I don't even remember what White's was, honestly. But I think his is like, it summons a skeleton man and then makes a giant white thing into the sky. Yeah, I definitely think if you're not checking out at least the anime of Tower of God, you're doing yourself a disservice right now. That's kind of how I'm feeling about it. I also think that this Reflejo is, or Reflejo? I'm not sure, but I think he's immune to damage over time as well. This Traumerei really isn't hitting very hard, and his DPS mostly comes from the damage over time. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I want to try and read some more series. I feel like I'm currently like done most of the manga that I need to read. I've read pretty much all of the top 100 mangas that are on my anime list, and so after getting through every one of those and having my list of ones I enjoy the most, I kind of don't know where to go from there. I don't really reread stuff. I don't really rewatch stuff. I kind of just read to memorize and enjoy and then kind of move on to the next thing because there's so many interesting media franchises out there to enjoy. It's hard for me to go back and justify that when I can just experience something new and get a new opinion on something as well. So, I don't know. I gotta find something to enjoy soon. Regardless, I think I'm more inspired in my daily life when I read or watch something new that I enjoy a lot. And that is significant, I think. I think it's important to chase those kind of inspirations when you find them. Tower of God was one of those ones that definitely, it feels like a guy writing his magnum opus that he's been preparing for a long time, and it really does show through a lot of how he's written things. Yeah, it's kind of cool to see these mobile games kind of pop off. I also hopped on the other Tower of God game, and right now they're giving out like one copy of every SSR inside the game from the original release. So for 60 days, every day you log in, you get a new SSR. So it does seem like they're trying to get players back. I don't know if that game is just bleeding the player base or what, but it is definitely a lot of free stuff to give very randomly, and it feels kind of funny to me. Here, so that's level 120. I think that's the end of my battle pass then, yeah. So officially, I have completed the Ancient Battle Pass for this time around, and I'm actually going to calculate how many summons you get off of this. So give me one moment, and I'm going to let you know how many you get off of every Battle Pass. Wow, okay. So I went ahead and counted all of the ones you get from the Ancient Summons here, and they actually guarantee you a perfect 200 off of grinding them. Basically, they give you a starting like 4, 4, 4, 4, all the way up to, I believe it's 20, and they give you 30, which is 3, 3, 4, and it's 3, 3, 4 all the way up to 120, which gives you a total of 200 summons every time you complete one of these passes. Meaning that not only do you get a guaranteed ancient character every time that you log into the game during these events, as long as you've played enough to get to level, what is it, level 13 here, you also get one guaranteed copy of either the character inside the other banner to get one dupe, or the ignition weapon no matter what. That is excellent as a free-to-play. That might be one of the most generous things that a game could do, and so I respect that a lot. And obviously, if you were to spend the money on the actual full pass, you would be getting 7, 6, and then all the way through the 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6. I imagine it probably gives you another, probably 400. I would have to count it, but I'm not going to get the current premium right now, so I'm not even going to count it right now. But you guarantee at least one more copy or one more guarantee off of it. But we're going to go ahead and slap another multi into the ignition weapon here. Basically, I want to build pity for the next supposed release of a ancient character, because I'm trying to collect basically all of them and their ignition weapons. So toss that in, not have to carry about it too much. and next time one comes around, I'll already have built pity for their ignition weapon. We'll be all good to go. But I think that's about it for today. I didn't really have a lot that I wanted to do. Let's let this auto challenge and see if we can get further than I already have inside the story. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun with this game. Definitely it's the kind of game that you can quit for like, I would say like 6 weeks between events and not have to worry too much about missing out on a lot of content. And so it doesn't really seem like the kind of game that will thrive as a live service. Oh my, Gustang got bodied, damn. But it's still really fun as like an idle game and one that slowly progresses by itself. And so in that way, I wonder how to sell a game like this if you weren't to make it entirely monetary, right? One of the biggest flaws of games like this is that the live service aspects makes them have to sell themselves and make it very much predatory to be able to consistently stay alive. And so a game that is as generous as this game is, it requires at least like 10 whales inside the game to keep it running efficiently. And that's the kind of whales that would be like whaling on every single big banner to be able to get them maxed out or to be able to get them viable on the teams they care about. And so it's kind of scary to rely on those people when you could just have them quit at any time. I think that solo leveling is currently having that problem. A lot of people that were heavy whales to that community are kind of done with the game because they're just dropping content. And I stopped playing the game because I think I'm just going to return to it after like a year anniversary or a year and a half or something, so that I can enjoy everything they've put out to that point and then come back again when I've already caught up all the way. I'm kind of playing it more of like a long game rather than something that you would play every day. And that's not really what they want. They want you hooked on these games. They want you to play it constantly. They want you to basically be obsessed with doing your dailies to be able to whale and get past all content inside the game. And I think that it is worse for you to let these games kind of control your life. That's why I do play so many different ones. It's because a lot of the time I'll just drop them at a whim whenever I feel like it, because I don't need to care anymore about being caught up with a lot of these things. I'm just curious about what they have to say. And so definitely more mindful approach to a lot of these. I've been having fun with it. And obviously this is flashy and fun and a good time. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. I don't think I'll be covering Tower of God here for the next, I would say like month or more. I'll keep on looking at the updates. If it's just going to be another like red ticket character, I'm not going to be covering it. So obviously keep an eye on social medias and stuff if you are curious about stuff like that. But I'm here to enjoy whatever I like. And so I hopefully you guys are happy to be inspired with me here. For now, thanks for watching. Take it easy and bye for now.